Alright, uh, today we're going to install Diode Dynamics fog leg system on 2021 Bronco. I got the upfitter kit with the auxiliary cables. Already opened up the pack, so the kit comes with 2 lights. I selected the upfitters. I bought mine for my 4x4 LEDs. Upfitters come with this for the auxiliary. We'll hook that up as well. But in the kit, you also get these little dinky ones too. So make sure if you have the auxiliary, you click the upfitter one. Pretty much what you're going to need. You can use your Bronco kit that comes with it. That's Torx 30. And I've seemed to misplace my 25 Torx 25 ratchet. So I'm going to use the impact for that. You need to loosen up this one and that one, and then we're going to pop the hood. We need to go ahead and remove these completely because that's where our stock brackets are going to go. All the hardware, there's a hardware kit that comes in the box itself. Heads up. So this kit, we're going to run the upfitter underneath this trim here all the way across. So we got one wired here, the other one wired over there. Hence that's why I got this kit. This is on Amazon. I think I only paid like 14 bucks for it. 4-axis trim kit. It gives me a bunch of crazy stuff that I don't even know. Battery terminals, but you name it, I can pry it open with plastic. And they give you a bunch of stuff as well, especially these push pins. Like, people break those all the time, so those will be used. I put that bar right there, got my finger in, and I pull that up. I only got one side started. The rest kind of just popped up. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, it seems like you just need to pry this guy here. That's the only one that's has a lip on it. Don't look like those other ones here on the outside. Yeah. That's all we need to do to get access to that. Get each left mounting hardware, right mounting hardware. Mounting instructions. You do not need to use this big bolt as illustrated. You can reuse your old bolts. Considering how it's a bigger gap what we need, we're going to utilize one of the washers for it so we don't screw that all up. D-face is normal, not backwards. The washer supply that fits on this one, perfect. It's supposed to be mounted underneath. Doesn't fit very well, obviously, with the stock hardware. It kind of dances around. I didn't like it too much, so I went in my little junk tin and pulled a better fitting washer to use. So if you're going to reuse the stock hardware, just keep that in mind. You might need a better washer. We're going to go ahead and mount those up now. This bracket, how it's going to go, because you need to install the brackets first. We're going to line that up here and line the back bracket line kind of in line with the angle of this panel where it says accessory ready. To keep it just enough loose, because we're going to have to still access this panel, and there's a corner of that where that's going to be, actually nope, we're going to be good. We can go ahead and strap that in. So you have to snap this cowl up more, and there's going to be a small channel behind here to run your wire without it interfering. You can't run it here, it'll pinch. So right here is where we're going to run that wire. Self-explanatory. The long end goes over here. Short end is going to go over there. Okay. Doesn't look like there's a lot of pinching there. Not a lot of tension. We'll see when I snap it, bundle it back in there. To kind of push that in already as I'm running this wire underneath this plastic here, and I realize that it's not going to sit right until it's all the way underneath. So we're going to go ahead and run it and pop it in place as we go down. Hopefully we're going to have plenty of extra wire, so that's not a problem at all. So just keep that in mind. Don't button it up until it's all ran. Okay. Went ahead and pulled that other screw out. We're going to pop this panel. Again, that has the same channel there too as well, where my finger's at. That one just kind of pulled out a little bit. I found it easier to, well, that's the only way you can, is to fish upward. to figure out how to kind of get that secure back in there, I pulled out and kind of pushed down, and that what popped it, and it just sucked this whole section back in. The far side's not done. I'll try to get that on camera. Just be aware, this is kind of a groove, and it kind of clips under the windshield there. You can see there's not much tension on this. This can be moved around, which I was kind of fearing. I didn't want any pinched wires, and that's more than enough. They also heat shrink right here for additional reinforcement, which, and once it's all said and done, it's probably going to go in like that. So you have to pull and pop that down. That was that seated that wire in the channel. There's a lot of free play here, so there's no pinching of the wire. And put back through, tighten this up just so it's just snug. I don't want to over tighten that. Again, plenty of free play. Tighten him up, got that set, went back through and wiggled the wire in underneath because there's a piece of foam. It's not really setting flush how I want it to, but it's secure. Went ahead, ran both wires here. Again, plenty of extra wire hanging out. I might try to stuff some of that in there, I don't know. Plenty of free play there. Angle this out. Again, I have mine pushed out and in line with that dip. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is get our upfitter kit hooked up, figure out which one we want to wire to. I'll be back. Cover too well. It's self-explanatory. That's the bottom where your plug is. I found a little pro tip. If you have big sausage fingers, oh, that went right in there. But what I did was stuck a pencil, pulled the pencil out. That preloaded that screw. Done. Now we're going to mount them up. Nice and loose right now, so I can play with the angle of the up and down. I'm going to take this connector here, go ahead and snap that in. If it is upside down like that just was, I just pushed a little pressure and just went in and out. That rotated my connector exactly where I needed it to be. One done. that worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. And I also lied. You're going to need a heat gun, optional step, because it's in the engine bay. Potential for off-roading whenever I have extra time. I'm going to go ahead and heat shrink it as well, just to make sure that connection's completely waterproof and sealed. Again, you don't have to, but I'm going to. Went ahead and shrinked it. I guess my shrink tube was too big. I was rated for what I needed it for. So I put a little quick little tape on there, electrical tape to kind of fix it. It's not really needed, but I don't like tape. You know what they say, it doesn't fix stupid, but it just muffles the sound. So we'll see how long that tape lasts for. Probably be fine. So we're going to go ahead, shut the hood, get these angled properly, level preferably, and we'll see how everything turns out. The thumb screws here are going to be 4mm. I guess I didn't really read the directions too thorough to make sure they probably noted it. I got a level 2. I want to make sure that they're level from front to back. I don't want lazy eye light syndrome where one's up in the air, one's down below, and it's like googly eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that. Went ahead and turned the aux 6 on. That's kind of how I want it to be. I might angle out a little bit more. We'll show you inside the cabin here soon in a minute, and you'll be able to see the spread outward. But that's a pretty decent size coverage. That's just with my fog lights on. It looks like my right does need to go down a tad because I can see that. I might back it up later tonight in front of the garage. Probably about, 7 feet away, and then I'll flip them on and see how the spread is and adjust accordingly. But that's it. I guess if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I have my grill light up coming soon, So I'm going to go ahead and do another install video on that one so more people can see how the process is on that and how I'm going to do it as opposed to the other one else. Step by step, Barney style, exactly how I did this for the people like myself that just need to see everything step by step by step. So again, thanks for watching.